popcorn, grab a Coke, and find that old VHS. We're diving deep in cheesy flicks. Yeah, we're on a vintage quest. Low reviews but high on laughs. Let's give these films a cheer. The cult classics, flops, and nuts. There are topics this year. We're the Ejectables, rolling back the years, celebrating movies that no one else cheers. From backhand juice to epic fails, we say it's all good. We're the Ejectables, yeah, we're misunderstood.
Welcome to the Ejectables. This is the show where movie enthusiasts Bill and Ian join forces with a weekly rotating guest to celebrate movies that we feel have been unjustly banned by the critics or sadly ignored and forgotten by audiences. Anyway, today's guest, our very first guest of the new year is
Zak Shaffer is a Los Angeles-based voice actor, podcast personality, and rock singer, known for his dynamic energy and unmistakable voice. A true pop culture enthusiast, Zak hosts 4 popular podcasts, $2 late fees celebrating 80s and 90s movies and their soundtracks, 80s Kids Unite, 80s Nostalgia, Territory Marks, Classical Professional Wrestling, and Podcasting After Dark Cult Cinema. Please welcome Zak Shaffer.
Wow.
welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us.
I am honored. That was from the amazing intro to the introduction of myself. I am honored and I have a little tear in my eye. That was really awesome.
I didn't want to make you cry. I'm sorry.
Tears of joy.
Okay, good.
Like Mr. Mister says, crying tears of joy.
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
Wow. Well, yeah.
You watched Stakeout, right? The end song in Stakeout.
I'm a child of the 90s, Bill.
Okay.
Wow, Ian.
1890s.
1890s. That is true.
There is a song from the 80s called Tangent Tears by Mr. Mister, and he's crying tangent tears.
I do know them, but was that one of their big songs?
No.
Okay, so you were a Mr. Mister fan.
I'm a huge Mr. Mister fan.
No judgment, for real?
Yes. Yeah. Telling you. One banger after another. I'm a big Wang Chung fan too, but that tracks with me being an 80s nut. So
that's cool. And To Live and Die in LA. I mean, I get the Wang Chung. The Mr. Mister.
Dance Hall Days.
Yeah, they were. Wang Chung was interesting. But Mr. Mister, we need to talk, Zach, after the show.
Yeah, I've got some few songs to recommend of theirs. So Uniform of Youth, if you want a banger to get in the gym with and put on those headphones, and Uniform of Youth by Mr. Mister is a great song.
I think Mr. Mister deserves their own podcast.
I believe we're about to start one with the three of us.
we should call it Mr.
Ooh.
Oh, that's good, Bill. We won't have much to say though in that show. So you have we just named them like three, was that 4 podcasts?
4, yeah.
How do you do all that?
I mean, we talked offline. I was a full-time kindergarten teacher back in the day. Then my son was born and my wife's like, what are you not doing with your life that you want to do with your life? And I said, I want to be a voice actor. And she said, that's the path you need to go down. And I started doing that. And like every actor in Los Angeles struggling, I was like, I need to do something with my voice. And I got into podcasting. Podcasting After Dark was the first one, and then $2 late fee. And I thought, I should do another one about wrestling because I love professional wrestling from the 80s and 90s. So Territory Marks. And then 80s Kids Unite came out of the many Comic-Con appearances I've done. And yeah, I mean, I do a weekly show, whether it's $2, Podcasting After Dark, et cetera, et cetera.
Good for you.
It's a lot, but I do it and I love it.
Are you okay with the loss of Hulk Hogan this past year?
I'm very much okay with that. But the character was heartbreaking, not the person, if you know what I mean. So
I do know what you mean.
Problematic person, not a problematic.
Huge fan of the person.
Yeah, and you got to say, look, 80s icon Hulk Hogan was in everything from his own movies to making appearances in Gremlins 2. It's like you got to appreciate the fact that he was up there with Jordan and all those other guys.
Yeah, he's a big part of our pop culture.
Yeah.
Last thing I want to ask you about is the rock singing.
Yeah,
Are you
I'm in a
band. What is this?
I'm in a band called Sure Dude, SURE. Yeah, Sure Dude. I've been in a dad band all my life. I was always the youngest guy in the dad band. We're like, we need a young guy who can bring in an audience. Let's get Zach. And went from Kiss cover bands to dad bands, and then wound up in this band called Sure Dude. And we have a new album coming out by springtime. We're in the middle of mixing it right now, and sounds good. 12 songs. Yeah, I think 12 new songs. And it's, modern rock with a nod to a little bit of Rush, a little bit of Triumph for you Canadian fans out there, both Canadian bands, I guess. So yeah, love being a singer.
Wow. That's amazing. I love that you have your hand in every artistic pot.
I try, you know what?
Good for you.
Someone told me a long time ago, do what you love or follow your bliss. Joseph Campbell said that. And I try to live by those words. And fortunately, I'm surrounded by supportive people. And that's what you need to. You need supportive people in your life that say, hey, you're doing a great job. Keep it up. So I love it.
Awesome. Your wife sounds amazing too, to encourage that.
Oh, she is. Behind every decent dude, there's a wonderful woman, cheering them on. And my wife is definitely that. And my son is an inspiration too. I've got two great muses at home. So not to, get all mushy, but it's true. So if you do what you love, it attracts positivity,
Yeah. We could talk all day about this stuff.
I'm all about positivity. Bill knows this because, even in our face off on Stump the Bill,
even when you lost horribly, you were still upbeat.
I had a smile on my face. My toes were tapping just like Damone in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And I thought, you know what? Look, the world needs more positivity and less negative,
especially now.
I actually have a question. Is that a Streets of Fire poster?
That is an authentic one sheet from that I got at you might know this place, Bill. It's called Hollywood Book and Poster Company. It was on Hollywood Boulevard back in the day. It's now in Burbank, I think. And the guy who used to run that place, Eric Caden, who's since passed away, was a staple at Beverly Hills New Bev Cinema, which is Tarantino now owns. And they had stacks of posters in the 80s and 90s that were just being sold for like $2-3.
Oh, wow.
And that is an original one sheet. It's got Michael Pere's signature on it somewhere.
No way. Did you get it for $2-3?
I did. I got it for about maybe less than 10. I got that and the Warriors one sheet originals. And those are my holy grail posters, even though they're held up with painter's tape right now. So
that is shameful. I mean,
I know. Okay. Well, my wife's like, we're not going to have a college dorm in your studio. It's a multifunctional space. So.
Oh, I gotcha.
For future. But yeah, it's a one sheet and you can feel, Bill, you can feel the textures. And so I went on a hunt down many years later to find all the different colored one sheets from Streets of Fire. There's a purple one, there's a red one, there's a yellow one, and I own all of them.
I saw it for the first time at the Arrow Theater about 4 years ago. And it was
we might have been at the same screening.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, that was my friend turns to me and goes, "Wait, I didn't know I Could Dream About You." Is like, I thought they were always African American. I know it's Dan Hartman, dude. It's the whitest guy on the planet.
Well, it's funny you say that. It's funny you guys say that because so I had a guest on my show a couple of years ago named Stoney Jackson. Stoney Jackson is in Streets of Fire. He's the lead singer of the band, the fictional band in Streets of Fire, right?
So cool.
And he's a great guy. Great interview. We went over his whole career, but we talked about that song specifically because they recorded that, I believe, at the Wiltern here in Los Angeles. And they did it live and he sang the original song because he's got a great voice as well. And fun fact, part 2, at that screening, Bill, that I went to, Stoney was with me in the audience. Sitting in the second row. We went to the movie together.
Oh, that's so cool.
He's whispering to me the whole time, talking about every scene. And the people behind us are turning around, like looking like to shush us. And I get that because I don't like talking in the theater either. But I'm like, this guy was actually in the movie, Did
you say that?
I did at the end. They turned around. I go, he was actually in the movie. And they're like, no way. What? And Stoney's like, no, I don't want to be that guy to get pictures taken or whatever. So it was a trip. Awesome. We talked a lot about that movie, Streets of Fire. And there's a great documentary on the Shout Factory Blu-ray, kind of behind the scenes, because it was a big budget bomb. Perfect for Ejectables. Have you guys?
It was on here. Our friend Mike Abdow did it several months ago.
Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm a deep cut guy, just like you guys. I've got another poster that's all blurred out from the light, but it's Jake Speed, and I'm sure Bill has seen Jake Speed.
Yeah, that was a horrible ripoff of Indiana Jones.
Yes, meets Romancing the Stone.
Yeah, Karen
I
Hopkins.
vaguely remember that.
Hopkins.
Yeah. Ian, if you want to go down a deep dive of like obscure kind of rom-com action movies, Jake Speed is one to check out. Great soundtrack.
Okay. I remember King Solomon's Mines.
Yeah, that was terrible.
That was terrible too, but
yeah,
that was a canon movie.
As I like to say, a masterpiece. A masterpiece.
A masterpiece. We only do masterpieces on here.
I know you do.
These are truly, I swear, truly my last questions for you, and then we can hop into it.
Yeah.
Have you seen any good movies that you recommend?
Recently?
Yeah.
You know what? On Christmas Day, because who doesn't love going to the movies on Christmas Day, right? That was a thing back in the day. See, I was just talking to my buddy Diallo from 80s Kids Unite, going to see the Lord of the Rings trilogy back in the day, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And we saw Anaconda in the theater, the new one.
Oh, Bill saw that too.
Did you like it, Bill?
No comment.
No, wow. You know what? From my son's 11, Bodie. From 11-year-old perspective, he thought it was hilarious, especially one scene, Bill. It involves having some stage fright. But you know what? It was mindless, silly. We've been going down a rabbit hole of watching R-rated movies.
Yeah.
Bodie's 11. He's like, is it time? Is it time? Is it going to happen?
I started way too early with my kids.
Right. There's not a lot of good stuff out in the theaters that are like kind of family friendly or for kids.
Did your 11-year-old son
good?
Did your 11-year-old son like the John Voight references and the new Anaconda? It was like, what is going on?
I'm like, John Voight was a guy back in the day who was talk about a respected actor in like Midnight Cowboy and Deliverance, you know, and Coming Home, et cetera, et cetera. And now look at him, you know, it's
well,
sad.
despite his politics, he is still one of the nicest guys on the planet.
Okay.
I used to see him on the set of National Treasure. However, he just did a movie with Bryan Singer, so that makes me think he's not playing with a full set of marbles.
Yeah,
he should have done a buddy movie with Hulk Hogan. That would have been cool.
Too late. Where's that?
I know.
Yeah, you know what? I will say, and honestly, some people actually don't know about this movie, but I love it. It's our kind of go-to holiday film. It's 8-Bit Christmas now. 8-Bit Christmas.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Very underappreciated. It's basically 80s version of Christmas Story, and it's fun. It was shot during the pandemic. It's not perfect, but it's a fun, like harmless holiday movie that I think kids will love, and parents too.
Next year, I'll check it out. I know someone that went to go see Anaconda, and they reached out to me after. They're like, "That was like one of the worst movies I've seen. It was so bad." And I was like, "What did you expect?"
If you're gonna,
you're going to Anaconda.
Yeah, if you're gonna reference or remake a movie, do something that was terrible back in the day. Like the bar is set so low.
True, very true. I could see maybe an 11-year-old. Maybe I would enjoy it with no expectations. Anyway, wait a second. There was an O. We'll come back to that in a second.
You asked me what movies I've seen in the theater. We just watched the season finale of Stranger Things in the theater.
Wow,
is it cool? We haven't seen the finale yet at my house.
And I ugly cried. I mean, that show is a love letter to 80s kids, and I know it's got its ups and downs or whatever. People can pick it apart all they want, but as far as nostalgia is concerned, it is oozing with nostalgia, and I loved every moment of it. I don't like when things are, you know, when they push the envelope or they test you like, you know, I didn't think they were going to kill that guy or whatever. This isn't any spoilers. This is very satisfying. If you're a fan of the show, there's a lot of satisfaction throughout this season finale. And you don't get that often with season finales of shows. And to see it in the theater with all nerd fans out there, it was so much fun.
I'm probably going to watch it tonight because my son's coming home tonight. So
awesome.
He party for the new year. Do they do Never Ending Story in it though? Again, do they sing the song? Because I love that song.
No, they don't.
All right, forget it. I'm not watching it.
And I think my only criticism of Stranger Things is that a lot of posters in that show are actually framed. And I'm like, who in the 80s framed movie posters?
Yeah, who frames them in LA in their podcast studio either?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Damn shids.
Do not eject, do not eject, do not eject this.
That's our That's a classic, right?
Yeah, Matthew Labrador, by the way, who stars in that, he was the uncle of one of my parents when I was a teacher at Buckley. Nicest guy in the world, by the way.
For those who don't know, that is the film Deadly Friend, directed by Wes Craven in what, 1986 or something?
Yes, 6 or 7.
Yeah, a classic.
Yeah, I love that movie. I know it's not one of Wes Craven's prouder moments, I guess. A lot of people, don't talk about that one often. I also love Shocker that he did.
Oh yeah,
that's a great soundtrack too. But Deadly Friend is, whoo, baby, it's a fun
I loved
movie.
it at its time.
Me too. I still do.
Yeah. So that was our opera singer, our in-house opera singer, asking you what
totally makes sense, right, Zach?
It does. That's completely related to your film.
Your production values are
did
amazing,
you?
by the way.
Yeah, that's what I was. It was in reference to the production value. What film did you pick for the Ejectables this week?
Oh yes, well it is Opera Man starring Adam Sandler. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Why did they never make a movie of that? So when Bill messaged me and said, "What movie do you want to do for this show?" I thought, what movie do I pick? It's such a hard choice. And there's often movies on $2 late fee. We've covered so many that I'm like, well, I don't want to cover something we've gone deep dive into. I want to but we've covered so many in like top 5 lists or top 3 lists. We interviewed Jill Schoelen a couple of years ago from The Stepfather, and we did like a top 5 Jill Schoelen list. And this movie was in that top 5 list. And I always thought, I want to talk more about this movie. It's from 1985. It's called That Was Then, This Is Now. It's loosely based on an S.E. Hinton novel. Obviously, S.E. Hinton from The Outsiders and Rumblefish. Emilio Estevez wrote the screenplay for it. And he is one of the stars along with Craig Sheffer. Craig Sheffer, I think most people will recognize from River Runs Through It and Snakes on a Plane. No, a lot of B movies in the future.
Is he in that?
No, he's in some.
He's in Turbulence 2, which my cousin wrote.
Yeah. Oh,
What?
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Bill.
Okay.
He was the dick in Some Kind of Wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I think I love him from that, but I'm a big fan, and this connects with Bill's pick later on. I'm a big fan of big hair lead actors, and Craig Sheffer's hair is so gorgeous in this. And I'm like, I wanted it so bad. It's a coming of age movie. It's got a great cast. It's got, like I said, Emilio Estevez, Craig Sheffer, Jill Schoelen. It's also got from NYPD Blue, Kim Delaney, Larry B. Scott from Revenge of the Nerds. Morgan Freeman is also in this movie, and it is probably Chris Kane's the director. It's probably one of the least similar to the story novelizations of S.E. Hinton books, because Emilio rewrote the script. But it's a movie about these two buddies, longtime friends, Emilio and Craig, who get into trouble together. But one of them figures out we got to grow up eventually, and the other one kind of doesn't. And it's got a pulse-pounding soundtrack. The movie opens with Oingo Boingo's Just Another Day, which is not on the physical soundtrack, which I always have a problem with when it doesn't wind up. But the story really hits hard. It's a drama, so if you're it's like, I think nowadays this would be a movie that would be reserved for streaming. But back in the 80s, dramas like this were everywhere. And actually it links up with Bill's movie too, I think, in that way.
Should we go to the trailer and then come back and talk about it?
Sure, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's move it, dude. Did you steal this thing, dude? No, actually, it's a loaner. Door prize.
Mark is Brian's best friend. And Brian is Mark's only friend.
We've always been friends, even before I moved in here. Big day tonight, huh?
Yeah.
Can I hide in the back seat and watch? Well, this was fun.
You ever get the feeling that the whole thing is just changing?
What the hell's going on here?
Sorry, man, I didn't think you'd mind.
Well, I do.
Why don't you grow up, man?
And be like you.
What's wrong with you, man?
I don't seem to be able to get away with anything anymore.
I'm just sick of all the fighting.
Then we got a problem.
I want you to leave, Mark.
Why are you doing this to me, brother? I got nowhere else to go, man.
You're not my brother.
I don't like anybody hurting me.
What about the rules? There ain't no rules.
Emilio Estevez, Craig Sheffer. They were always a team.
You and me together, just like old times.
But that was then. This is now.
that last like piece of music was amazing.
Was that real? Any of those like big songs, or was that all just like?
Oh, the opening track that they played. It's called "That Was Then, This Is Now," the title track of the movie that they play during the dance scene at one point in the movie.
Okay.
It's a little banger. It reminds me of
Mr.
For a Star to Fall. You know, the Boy Meets Girl, that band back in the 80s. Look at Bill.
Waiting for a star to fall from a little lady.
Anyways, that trailer said everything. So
yeah.
So why is it how do you feel Estevez did in the screenwriting of this film?
I never read the novel, the actual novel that it's based on. So I feel it's a pretty darn good film. It gets overlooked, by a lot of the Brat Pack movies of its time, because Craig Sheffer was not really a leading man. He was in a movie called Fire with Fire with Virginia Madsen.
Oh yeah.
And that was pretty cool, but he was not like the big star like Emilio was. They put Emilio at top billing, but he's not the lead in this, and it's an ensemble film, which I love too. Like everybody kind of gets their moments to shine. And I think it gets overlooked because people often say, oh, Pretty in Pink or, oh, Breakfast Club. No, That Was Then, This Is Now is one of those movies that it's a coming of age movie. And I'm a sucker for coming of age movies.
I think I was 12 when this movie came out, and my mom was working, so she dropped me and my brothers off at the movie theater at the Cine 1234 in North Haven, Connecticut.
Wow.
And we went to it. I'm like, oh, cool, going to see a sequel to The Outsiders. That's what 12-year-old me thought it was. I sat there. I'm like, it's the same actor, same writer. And then I'm like, what is this? There's like no gangs, and it seems like the 80s, or it seems like present day in this movie. And I kind of left the theater. I remember sitting on the curb waiting for my mom to pick us up. And I was just like, what did I just watch? I felt then that not a whole lot happened, and it didn't stick with me at all. So then I was happy to rewatch it. And to me, it feels, and I'm glad you brought it to us. So I think it is a perfect ejectable. But I don't mean to preface it like that, but
look at that.
It feels like a kind of after school made for TV movie. But I think maybe because Estevez did the screenplay, it's unclear because you said Craig Sheffer's the lead. But then in moments like there's something bad happens to Morgan Freeman, Craig Sheffer has the relationship with Morgan Freeman in the film. So when something bad happens to Morgan Freeman, you want to see how Sheffer reacts to it. But then it shifts to Estevez's perspective. There's another moment where Sheffer kicks Estevez out of the house. That could be at the beginning of the movie, people. You'll see. And you want to see they get in this little fight, a little tussle. And you want to see how Sheffer reacts to this. And again, it goes and focuses on Estevez. I'm like, I didn't know who this movie, I don't know. It was kind of a mixed perspective. I think there's a lot to enjoying it. So I think a modern day audience could get stuff from it. But it's a mixed bag, but I don't hate it. Bill, what do you think?
I would think it's a little unfocused. But I would say this, that I've never seen a movie where the plot happens 10 minutes before the movie ends. I go, oh, here's the plot. I love this director, and
Watch Marion.
That's going to be ejectable called Off Limits. It's very hard to find. It's about Saigon cops. So this guy, and I think he was one of the writers on Last of the Mohicans.
Yes.
Emilio, bless his heart, he always tried to be a writer. He tried to do Wisdom. He actually scored after 20 years of failing with a great movie called The Way. It's a very Catholic movie and stuff like that. I'm just glad that I grew up in a time that Paramount released this theater that's really just like, it's really a relationship movie. It's really not like this. It's not like The Outsiders. I've never seen it. I always thought the title was stupid, even as a kid. Then I found a we in Portland, Oregon, where I live. There's a place called Movie Madness where they have a Blu-ray of it. So I watched it. It was beautiful looking. Kim Delaney, I mean, hubba hubba, right?
And she was great. And same with
Yeah.
Sheffer. They were both so good. Like, why didn't I know she got a TV career, but why didn't they become bigger?
Yeah.
I think Craig Sheffer is a victim of his own stuff going on from
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
what I've heard. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And,
like
and,
the
Ki-
River-
and Jill Scholen. How about Jill Scholen?
yeah. Yeah. Do you ever see the Wild Boy? What's the one with Sean Penn where they're in a penitentiary? Yeah, that I thought it'd be like that, and instead, I was like, where is this movie? I guess it takes place in Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
I was like, but awesome director, a little unfocused, but it's a product of its time, and I'm glad that Amelia finally made a good movie with The Way.
I think. Yeah. Yeah, he
Chris
made
Kane
some, didn't.
also made Young Guns with Emilio Estevez. So
That's
Yes.
right, and that was huge.
Actually, I'm gonna go on. Young Guns 2 is 1,000 times better. Actually,
oh,
I
it
agree.
is. I agree.
I agree.
And that director, I met someone because he's from New Zealand or Australia, and I met someone. I was like, why didn't that guy direct? Because after Free Jack, which is kind of a cult hit, he goes, oh, he couldn't deal with the studios anymore. Jeff Murphy, he was an awesome director.
Interesting.
Bad.
I agree with you. Look, I agree with you guys wholeheartedly. I think this movie I love time capsule movies where you're like, oh, there's no way this could happen now in 2025, kind of the things that happen.
Yeah.
And there are a couple scenes, it was actually spoiled in the trailer, that I think cinematography wise are beautiful when Emilio Estevez is giving his monologue and there's rain coming down in his face and it looks like tears.
Beautiful.
It's really, it's really beautifully shot. And I think a lot of kids, a lot of boys, a lot of men who grew up in the 80s, either with big brothers or little brothers, can relate to this, where like I think it also connect with Bill's pick too. There's a lot of like, the relationships were tough and being able to show your emotions in the 80s is a totally different story than it is now. As far as boys are concerned, you're supposed to be tough and not show things. And so you reacted in ways, you stole things, you punch people and these are things that are very relatable to kids of the 80s.
Bill still does these things.
Yeah. I'm not saying you just ever stop, but
I'm going to steal that Jurassic Park poster.
No, stop it. It's an original.
It
put up with
is
tape too. Yeah, it is. Wow. It's from the cinema where I worked. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
This movie has like this sense of impending doom. And I think maybe I brought that into it because I thought it was an Outsider sequel. Like you're like waiting for something really, yes, to Morgan Freeman, something might happen to him. But the whole movie, I'm like, oh, it's going to explode at the end. And it never really does, which I think goes to the whole, it's a relationship between these guys.
His hairspray explodes.
It probably would have if he did a match. Yeah.
I mean, can we talk about Craig Sheffer's beautiful hair? I mean, Ian, you showed that picture earlier. Like he's a hunk and a half. And there are things too, like during the pandemic, we were watching a lot of compilation clips of 80s movies that like a popular band like the Midnight was playing these cool songs with 80s clips playing. And I was telling Bodie, my son, and like, so many of these movies have great moments, like little snippets, but the whole film in general is maybe not so great. This is one of those movies where there's like snippets of it where you're like, oh yeah, there's a moment where Craig Sheffer and Kim Delaney have a kind of a flirty thing going on where Kim Delaney works, at the hospital. And it's such a sweet, like innocent moment. And I think coming of age, you go, man, is this going to be me when I grow up? Is this going to be what happened when I meet a girl? Oh.
And did it?
Yes.
Is that? Oh,
not how I met my wife.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I like you a lot.
It was like 40 years ago. So a lot's happened in 40 years.
Yeah, I hear you. Oh, shoot.
I get nowhere unless the team wins.
Team.
Are we gonna make somebody sleep with the fishes?
Do not eject, do not eject, do not eject this.
That's another cute coming of age movie right there. Right?
Sure is. Oh, talk about a score. Ennio Morricone score for The Untouchables. Dun, dun, dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun.
dun,
Oh,
dun, dun, dun.
put
Yeah,
that
it's
on
so
your
good.
workout
We should do the whole
playlist.
thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
it's
should.
so good. That's the opera singer asking what my pick is this week, which is Romeo Is Bleeding, directed by Peter Medak. And Bill behind the scenes will tell you a story about his wife.
No,
if you
not
get to know him
ex-wife.
personally.
Not gonna
But
do
when
that.
you get to know him personally,
Thank you.
he has a story about his wife. Whatever that is.
Ex-wife.
Ex-wife, hence because of Bill. But he'll tell you the story privately.
Actually, do you guys have a Patreon? You should have Bill give that out on his Patreon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. People pay to. Good idea. Thank you, Zach.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
And put up the photos you showed us too, Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. Wait, that's
What
my
the
wife.
heck?
That's my wife. And he's with her. And the same thing happened with Peter Medak and his wife because of Bill. Anyway, it's Peter Medak film from 1993. Peter Medak directed one of my very favorite movies of all time called The Changeling. This movie, I personally think, is ahead of its time. It came out 2 years or 1 year before Pulp Fiction. It got pretty panned by the reviewers. They thought it was kind of vulgar and over stylized. I think if it had come out after Pulp Fiction, it would have gotten great reviews. Maybe even they would have said that it took from Pulp Fiction, you know, that kind of style. But I think there's so much to love here. The performances are amazing. It is over the top, but let's go to a trailer.
You know what the best part about making it with a cop is? I got 2 guns. One for me and one for them.
Yeah, I got you some.
Now, either I was really good, Jack, or you were really bad.
They think what's her face? The Markov did it. They think somebody's working both sides.
I make the deals, and you're in until I say otherwise. I want Mona de Markov dead.
So you're the big hoodlum. Personally, I don't see it.
Keep looking. He loves those toes, doesn't he?
She turned around. She pointed my own gun at me, Jack.
You know, like some kind of an animal!
Just one last dance.
You know what I was thinking about? The wife.
She's a dead woman, just like you're a dead man.
Romeo is Bleeding.
This movie isn't perfect by any stretch. It's not boring at all. And I think it's a blast all the way through. What did you think, Zach?
I think that trailer really does a big disservice because it is much more kind of on the darker comedy tip. The last 5 seconds with that silly jingle, you know, playing,
I know.
is more in sync with it. I mean, I was more blown away by the cast overall.
Yes.
I was tripping over the cast. I'm like, this was the time, 1993 was a really interesting time for movies. That the early 90s, right? You had like movies like you said, Pulp Fiction came out and Killing Zoe and
Reservoir Dogs,
right? Reservoir Dogs, like all these like very similar themed, you know, The Professional, anything shot in New York. I just absolutely love. Seeing Roy Scheider is always huge, but Michael Wincott is a guy who stood out to me. Michael Wincott's in this movie. And if you don't know who Michael Wincott is, fun fact, he's the brother. He's from The Crow. I think most people would remember Michael Wincott from, but also his brother is Jeff Wincott, who was in a slew of B martial art movies back in the day. And also mainstream stuff too. But Michael Wincott's so good in this. He has a very small role. It's so good. Gary Oldman's phenomenal. If you see, I highly recommend, if you haven't seen early stuff from Gary Oldman, go check out like Criminal Law.
That movie's awesome.
Oh yeah,
so
State
awesome.
of Grace.
State of Grace, directed by the same director as 3 O'Clock High, Phil Joannou. Very underrated movie, State of Grace. But Criminal Law, I like every time I'm watching him, like I love seeing him in a heroic role. I was kind of hoping he would be more of the hero in this because I hadn't seen this movie since the 90s. I still love it though. It's quirky as heck. Lena Olin is so fantastic. You know, you just go like, what happened to her? Well, no, she had a great career
in this.
Amazing.
She held her own. She maybe even was the best part of it. Like she almost outshined Gary Oldman.
I agree.
Which is
I agree.
So hard to do. And Annabella Sciorra, that goodbye scene at the airport is so powerful.
Yeah,
So good.
she's another one who like had a really fantastic career in the late 80s, early 90s. And, things happen. People grow up, they get older, they go on with different parts of their lives. But she's fantastic. Everybody, Juliette Lewis, like every female actor in this film is fantastic. Juliette Lewis, by the way, if you've never seen California with her and Brad Pitt and David Duchovny, love that movie. But I'm so glad you picked this movie, Romeo Is Bleeding, because it is just it's so different and quirky and of its time. And I know that Gary Oldman made this right before he went on to do True Romance. So he was kind of tied into his, Rastafarian drug dealer gimmick.
Yeah.
And trying not to, they shot the final scene of this movie. On the last day of shooting, they shot the final scene. So he was kind of stuck in the True Romance character. It was trying to get out of that. Anyways, it's a little fun fact. But I love this movie. I'm so glad you picked it.
Thank you. What'd you think, Bill?
I was like, I was watching it. I was like, how come I never saw this movie? And there's a scene where she is.
You haven't seen it? You hadn't seen it before?
I remembered the scene where she's strangling him in the car with the lipstick. I go, oh, this movie's crazy. I totally remember it now. Everyone hated it. I mean,
it got panned.
It was like so crazy. The cast is unbelievable. The writer's awesome. She wrote Wag the Dog and I think Draft of Insomnia with Al Pacino. I mean, I miss Gramercy. They made great movies in the 90s. It's definitely quirky. I love when Gary Oldman plays an Italian cop, like in the Professional. This cast is unbelievable. Annabelle Sciorra, she was in The Sopranos, is the crazy girl that dated Tony Soprano in the mid 2000s. I love her. She's I think she's one of the best actresses working out there.
Just one of those one of those recent doctor shows too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's a great pick.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. No. Yeah. I'm glad you watched it, guys.
I will say again, I'll reiterate, if y'all watching this want to just see a movie based on a who's who of acting, check this movie out because it is A-list running the gamut of stars. Like, and I'm not talking about like stars where they're maybe not necessarily a good actor. Everybody in this film is a terrific actor, and it just shows. And Peter Medak, The Changeling is such a great horror film. Ghost story. I've got a lot of friends who that's on the top of their list as far as being their favorite movie, and his style is very unique. So this movie is quirky as heck, but it's worth watching.
Yeah, and like you said, with the performances, everyone is at the top of their game. I have to go back to Wincott. I think I said he was in The Untouchables. I'm thinking of another guy.
Oh, you're thinking of Billy Drago.
That's exactly who.
Actually, I think his last name's pronounced Drago, but yeah. Michael Wincott. Was also he was the best part of the fourth Aliens movie, Alien Resurrected. He gets killed in the first 5 minutes, which is a shame.
I think he was in Nope also.
He was in Nope. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Which my door in Studio City was in. They filmed it.
Oh, nice. Little fun fact.
Yeah.
That's cool.
For the Patreon.
You could have sold the door on the Patreon. Oh well.
Yeah.
I met Michael Wincott over the phone, by the way. Had a friend of mine who is good friends with him, and he got brought up in conversation. She goes, "Oh, you like Michael Wincott? Hold on." And she calls him on her phone, and she's like, "Michael, I have a big fan of yours right here." And he's like, "Hello, who is this?"
You got to get him on your show.
I tried. He's not. He doesn't like to do interviews. That's understandable.
All right.
Maybe
He's lost.
Right.
Get him in the band then. And he can, I don't know.
Exactly.
Play bass.
Trying to get his brother Jeff Wincott on the show. That guy's a great guy too.
There you go.
Could be easier. Oh shoot.
Do not eject. Do not eject. Do not eject this.
That's another great Peter Medak film.
How did you even find it?
Amazon Women on the Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got connections.
I had Matt Adler on my show talking about the segment he does where he goes
oh my god, with Kelly Preston.
Yeah, with Kelly Preston. That was a lot of fun for him.
Yeah. Greatest
I don't know if I've ever seen that whole movie.
Oh, dude, you got to watch it.
Do I?
He doesn't like
Anaconda.
Zach, he doesn't like comedy, so
no, I like some. I do.
No,
Is it better than Anaconda?
It's like Airplane. It's like Airplane. You like Airplane?
Okay. Oh yeah, and I love like Top Secret.
Oh, then you'll love it. Amazon Women on the Moon. It's a parody of like all sorts of stuff.
All right, I'll try it. Bill, what movie did you pick this week?
I picked Paramount Pictures' Firstborn, directed by Mike Apted, written by Ron Kozlow, starring Terry Garr. So many Peter Weller, the French kid from the Manhattan Project,
Christopher Collette,
Robert Downey Jr., Sarah Jessica Parker, some angry English teacher that's a jerk for some reason.
He was so mean, that guy.
Such a jerk.
It's filmed in Wayne, New Jersey, 3 towns away from me. Ron Kozlow wrote another movie that would be an injectable called Into the Night with Jeff Goldblum and Michelle Pfeiffer, with John Landis directing. And this was on HBO all the time. And so it's like you're like, I'm watching a grown-up movie, and so you watch it, and it's kind of scary. It has one of the best shots I've ever seen in film, with when she's playing pinball with the band's playing in the background, and the pinball machine is illuminating Terry Garr. It's awesome. But let's watch the trailer and then I'll discuss more.
All right.
Everything was fine before he showed up.
You might have been fine, but I wasn't fine.
Jake was the first one to sense something was wrong.
I am your mother. You don't talk to me that way.
And act like it.
Now he's the only one who can save her.
Get him out.
I can't.
Firstborn.
Coming soon to a theater near you. Check local listings for details.
That trailer was 4K?
It was. Well, there was another trailer, but it was so muddy you couldn't even see what was happening. So I'm like, I have to go with the TV spot. But
so there's been some accusations this is like a after-school special, but at the time, Terry Garr originally did it because it's about a slow descent of a mom turning into a coke whore. Can I say that on this podcast? I guess I can. And then the producers wanted to make it more of an action base. And so the heavy synth and the motorcycle stuff, it started to take away from it. I love this movie. Peter Weller is so great. He's so charming. I forgot how great he is. And it's a slow build. And, my girlfriend watched it. She's like, this is your pick? What is this movie? Like,
this seems like an Ian pick.
No, this is like this. She was like, what is this thing? But if you grew up in the 80s and you had HBO, it was like the first R-rated movie you saw. What'd you think, Zach?
I have a lot to say about this movie. I'll keep it as succinct as possible. First of all, that trailer, the song that's playing, it's called Runner by Manfred Mann. If you don't know who Manfred Mann is,
Blinded by the Light.
Yeah, right?
Oh, yeah.
But this song, The Runner, you put that song on when you're on the treadmill or whatever at the gym, it will get you going. It's on my workout playlist. It's a banger. And I'm, again, on $2 late fee, we cover movies and focus on the soundtrack as well. This has a tremendous soundtrack. It's a who's who of 80s bands at the time. Corey Haim's first movie, by the way, as well. And I agree with you, Bill, that it is like some might perceive this as a made-for-TV kind of movie or after-school special initially, but then you get into the weeds of it and you're like, this is way darker and it's way deeper than that. My mom and dad divorced when I was really little, and growing up in the 80s with a single mom and an older brother of 5 years, very, very relatable, especially when she would bring home boyfriends. And I'm like, who's this guy? And so unfortunately, and fortunately, I had a great stepfather, but also at the same time, too, a lot of guys that would just show up and you're like, who the heck is this guy? Like, not as bad as Peter Weller, but pretty darn close. And really, because so watching this film, I was like, oh, dang, I'm having some major flashbacks right now. And this was a staple on HBO. And it was a comfort film for me because it was a comfort film because of the final 5 minutes of the movie, how it gets handled. So, Christopher Collette, I think people will maybe remember him from Sleepaway Camp as the brother in Sleepaway Camp, and also Manhattan Project. He was on fire. Manhattan Project and Firstborn, like he was a star.
He was so good.
He was so good, and he's such a great actor. And his moment with that English teacher in this movie is also relatable because I think we all had a jerk teacher who just like would talk down to you because they were insecure that they never made it, you know, in their chosen profession. So they went to go teach, quote unquote. And Sarah Jessica Parker, great. Robert Downey Jr. Short, little small role, but stands out. You know, he stands out the minute he shows up on screen. You're like, oh, this guy's got the same haircut from Back to School. It's a great timepiece film. And Peter Weller, yeah, he shifts that fine line of being like, oh, he's so cool and kind of hunky from, you know, Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai. And then you're like, but man, this guy is such a piece of crap. Like you just want to smack him. Does he get smacked? Well, you just have to see and find out. Because I think a lot of people have not seen this movie. It's hard to come by. But Olive Pictures put out a Blu-ray a few years back. I think you can get on Amazon. It's worth picking up, by the way. It's like $20. Yeah, I love this movie. I'm so glad you picked it, Bill. And I was like, oh, this is like a companion piece to That Was Then, This Is Now. It's like, this is how you do from beginning to end a good after school special TV movie.
Yeah. My biggest takeaway from watching this movie is that, and I'd never seen it in its day, but it is not Lucas. Those are two separate movies. They're not the same movie. Did you know that? For me,
you know this is on the internet, right? You just said that. You know this is.
Yeah, I know. It's other people might feel the same. They were the same. They were both on HBO all the time, and so I thought they were the same movie, and I never seen either of them. I am 100% with Andrea here. I think with That Was Then, This Is Now. I think there's some takeaways. There's some stuff to chew on now. I think for a modern audience, I don't know if they could appreciate Firstborn. I think it's well acted. I think, like you said, it is a time capsule for the 80s, but it's so simple. I too grew up in a house with a single mom and had some lovely stepfathers.
Bowling together, guys. Come on.
Yeah. But this movie, it's just such an after school special. I just like, how powerful is that kick to the nuts near the end? Not to reveal anything, but why didn't anyone call the cops? And maybe they wouldn't have because she was involved with drugs. I don't know. I don't think it's bad.
That's the whole point, is they didn't want to get the mom in trouble.
Yeah.
Don't you understand? For a mom to do this is why it's such a good movie.
She's such a bad mom.
Put her kids in peril like this.
She's a terrible mom. And yeah,
she's a terrible mom, but I totally relate though to Terry Garr. Looked a lot like my mom back in the day. And it's this idea of like, there was a thing in the 80s. You can't do this on your own as a single woman raising two kids. Like you're not allowed to, you have to have a man to support you. So I think that's very relatable again for its time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And the way Corey Haim's character is constantly getting in fights at school. That's clearly a direct result of a broken home.
Haim was so good in this.
So good. So good. And then, you know, there's a moment where Christopher Collett's character, he's talking to his dad on the phone, and you can just feel the sadness of him wanting so badly to be like, can we just stay with you, Dad?
Yeah.
Divorce is hard, you know, but she takes a selfish route, but it's also like, she maybe never had that opportunity to do that, have fun and party. So yeah, it's complex.
I wish it was more complex though. I don't know. I don't think it's bad in any way. Again,
it seems simple to you.
It does seem simple to me.
You know what I will say? It's probably 10 minutes too long. It should have been like 90 minutes. That would have been a sweet spot for me. There's things they could have trimmed out.
Like that car chase, the motorcycle chase.
I don't mind that. I just maybe like, you know, you don't have to have 3 moments of showing the brother constantly having, you know, talking about a fight that he was in or whatever.
Yeah.
Or the chocolate chip chunks. Hey, where are the chocolate chip chunks?
Yeah, right. Oh my God. Side note to anybody who is single raising kids, don't let a guy just move into your house with you after like dating for two nights.
Yep.
But unless he can bring money in with cocaine.
He's charming and he's good looking.
I mean, if it's Peter Weller.
And the whole point is that the ex-husband's getting married. And so that's what.
That was sad when she thought she was going to date with her ex-husband. That was a little sad.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Oh.
By the way, Talk.
I don't think it's bad.
Talk has 2 songs on the soundtrack. Talk, It's My Life is one of the songs that's playing in the mall. There's a mall scene, so I'm a sucker for mall scenes in movies. I'm like, oh, there's Kenny's shoes. Oh, there's KB Toy Store.
Radio Shack.
How great was Sarah Jessica Parker? I mean, right
Yeah,
away,
she was great.
She knew you, and she's going to be a big star. It's crazy.
Same with RDJ. Like, he had that energy he's always had.
Right.
Maybe he got some of that Coke on set. Who knows?
Got it from Peter
No,
Weller.
no, it was fake Coke.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Then why did Terry Garr get all into it?
Who wanted
Because
that
she was
movie?
She was acting.
Oh yeah. Oh, what?
Who wanted that bag?
This was going to be her big thing. You know, she did Tootsie, and she was like, I want to play this flawed character and stuff like this. You know, why is it called Firstborn? I don't understand.
Well, he was like the first kid. Oh.
I think the original title was different though. Yeah, it was originally called Moving In.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if you look this movie up online, you'll find, because I've back in the day on $2 late fee on Instagram, I used to do birthday shout outs to like every single celebrity that was going on, like, you know, and I'd make these compilations, like a little whatever. And Terry Garr's birthday is popping up, and I'm like, oh, Firstborn. I got to find some Firstborn pictures. And all of the titles, there were lobby cards that said Moving In on it.
Oh, that would have been better.
That's the original
because
title.
he's moving into the house and moving in on the mom and moving in on the family.
Oh, that's powerful. And then Richard Pryor was in the sequel.
He hated that movie, and there's a lot of funny stuff in that movie.
I love Moving. I think Moving is great.
Yeah, there's such funny shit in it. I want to bring up something about Romeo Is Bleeding. So John Bon Jovi did a song for the movie, and he saw and he was such a bad actor. He's been in some of the worst movies ever. And he saw the movie and he took the song away. He said this movie was horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, the song's called Always. It was probably their biggest hit, right, Bill? It was like considered their biggest hit.
Yeah. And he even though I'm from New Jersey, I'm not a big John Bon Jovi fan. He loved the script, and so I think it's the Peter Medic Hungarian craziness of it. I think it was like more of like a subtle type of movie than there's nothing subtle about Peter Medic at all.
No.
Well,
maybe the Changeling's a bit subtle, but yeah,
and
if wild.
You think that you are not doing well in life, Peter Medic did a documentary about Peter Sellers 40 years ago, how he ruined his movie, and it's called The Ghost of Peter Sellers. And
that's a really good watch.
Cannot get over this.
Yeah.
So anyone that's like, oh, I have these intrusive thoughts and I can't get past this. Here's the guy. He's a millionaire. He's made tons of movies. He's still making a movie about how Peter Sellers fucked him in the late 60s.
It sounded horribly stressful. That's it. But you recommended that movie to me, Bill, and I watched it. So interesting.
So you are doing well if you're not making a movie about something that happened in 1969.
Yeah.
Wait, was it the movie where he plays an Indian actor that comes to America and
no, I think that's the party. Yeah, no, it's like a pirate movie.
It's a pirate movie. It was barely released. It's like 60 minutes on YouTube. And it derailed him for a while, and he made a movie about how evil he was and all stuff. And Peter's in the 70s now. And I'm like, dude, just get over it, man. Movies fall apart. It's like crazy.
Yeah. But he had a story to tell and some footage to show from it, so I don't blame him for.
I think the whole point of that documentary is like, I'm not a bad filmmaker. Peter Sellers is crazy. I think,
yeah, that does come across.
Yeah.
So Zach, we are at the part of the show where you have to choose a movie that's not your own pick as the top pick of this episode. What do you pick? This could be hard.
It's really tough because Ian, you didn't pick something that's similar to First. They're so totally different.
Yeah, Ian doesn't get the show sometimes.
Well, no, when you said that was then, this is now, I was trying to think of, I don't know. It inspired me to choose Romeo Is Bleeding. I don't know why.
I mean, I was trying to look, I was trying to find connections between all three and powerful
Thank you,
moms, tragic moms.
Well, it's like crime movies, but when watching That Was Then, This Is Now, I'm like, wow, there's really not that much crime in it. It wasn't what I remembered it being.
Look,
so when I think of That Was Then Firstborn, I think of a movie in the mid-90s about corrupt Italian cops and a crazy Swedish lady that's
there's no connection. There's zero connection.
Yeah, Ian's first pick was going to be Dumb and Dumber, but I'm like, well, because he hated both of our picks. No, I'm kidding. I
didn't hate either of these picks.
I know you didn't. So look, I'm gonna pick Firstborn purely because it has a deep rooted personal history with me. Romeo Is Bleeding does not have the history with me. However, I'm so glad I watched it again. This is the kindergarten side of me. There's a positive and a negative to both sides. I loved rewatching Romeo Is Bleeding, and it was like, oh my gosh, I got to revisit more 90s movies. But I got to go with Firstborn. As flawed as it is at times and a little too long for me, there's enough in there where I'm like, oh, it's so relatable. It hits me in all the feels.
Bill, how about you?
I'm going to pick, not because Ian picked it, but seeing that Gramercy logo going to film school in the mid-90s, I go, okay, this is going to be awesome. And they made so many awesome movies. It just brought back a warmth and a flashback of everything is good in the world. So I'm going to pick Romeo's Bleeding despite the insanity of it. And I'm not recommending that you waste 2 hours watching it, but I'm going to pick that movie.
Oh, it's so fun. You should waste 2 hours watching it. I'm going to choose, because I did, like I said at the beginning, I felt they both had a after-school special vibe to them. But honestly, I try to, the movies I pick, I try to see would a modern day audience enjoy watching these, not being from the 80s. I think they would really struggle with Firstborn. I think there are things, though not a perfect film, to enjoy from That Was Then, This Is Now. So I'm choosing That Was Then, This Is Now.
So you know what we all get, guys? We get a headshot from Ian with
I got the real thing right here.
That's amazing. Look at that hair. Actually, you know what, Ian? I was just rewatching Hunger Games Part 2, and you look like the dude in that. You think he's the villain, but he turns out to be a good guy at the end of the movie. Xander, or whatever his name is.
Jennifer Lawrence?
No, like they're on the island with a whole crop of hunters again, and he's like the guy who kind of teams up with them, and he's in the third one. Anyways, you look like
Stanley Tucci.
Yeah,
right. I get a lot of Stanley Tucci. I get Bill Nye the Science Guy.
I was gonna say Tom Kenny too. You could do that.
Oh, is that the guy with the swan?
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh, okay. I do. My son isn't. I'm sorry.
Only take it as a compliment.
Voice
if you like.
guy.
Yeah.
Oh, so I will tell you. So there's a Blu-ray of Firstborn, correct?
Yes.
Yes. There's a Blu-ray of Firstborn, but that can be found on YouTube for free. Oh, I did write that on there. You can find That Was Then, This Is Now on YouTube for free, or you can track down a DVD somewhere.
Movie Madness in Portland, Oregon.
Or movie, go to Bill's house, and then he'll tell you the Peter Maddox story. And then Romeo Is Bleeding is on Pluto, Tubi, and I can't read that other one, and it's on Blu-ray.
MGM Plus.
Thank you. I'm going so blind.
It's okay. I knew you guys needed me for something.
Oh shoot, we got to get rid of that. Oh,
that headshot's gold.
No. Thank you, Zach, for your time. It was really awesome to have you. What a good guest.
Yes,
I appreciate it. Bill knows that I can bring the fire.
Yeah,
you brought awesome fire, like good fire.
Anytime, guys. I love being on the show, and I love an excuse to watch movies that I haven't watched in a while. So thank you again. And I'm hoping to have Christopher Collette on the show later this year, potentially as a guest. So if we can dig into Firstborn to be continued. We have a lot of upcoming. This year is the 40th anniversary of Big Trouble in Little China. So we're going to be doing some fun guests from that movie coming on the show. And stay tuned follow me wherever, $2 late fee at Instagram and all that good stuff. TWO.
Okay.
It's a pleasure.
Name.
What? Say that again.
I was just saying we can see you're at $2 late fee right there on next to your name.
What is Alec Baldwin saying? Glenn Ross, always be
closing.
Oh, yeah.
Always be promoting. So
good.
ADP. But sincerely, it meant a lot to come on the show and talk about this. And you guys are great. The production values on this show are top notch.
Huh? Yeah. Thank you, Zach, so much. And I'm going to stalk you to come on my horror show. So you wait.
I would
the actor show too. You'd be good on my actor show. Okay.
I'll do it all.
I'm going to come after you. Anyway, thank you, Zach. Everyone, like, share, tell your friends, and go check out Zach's other shows. Goodbye.
We're the Ejectables, rolling back the years, celebrating movies that no one else cheers. From backhand juice to epic fails, we say it's all good. We're the Ejectables, yeah, we're misunderstood.